Burns now with a cross. This is Vernam! Vernam scores! Grimsby Town is over! Utter delirium at Blundell Park! Charles Vernam! Delivered, clock first, touchdown!
Penalty, great composure. Vernam Boomo, he doesn't miss, does he?
The customary short run up for Vernam Boomo. Stuttering run up, and here's the crossbar! Manchester United are out! Vernam Boomo has rattled the crossbar!
This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Hello, welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. We're smiling again after the disappointment of midweek. After today's game at Gillingham, we're going to cover all the games this week. First of all, I've got a beautiful co-hosts with me. Is Steve Risley. Steve, hello, Steve.
Hello, David.
Rossi, how are you doing?
Always good, mate.
Always good. Have you recharged your batteries after moving yet?
I'm still trying to sort the house out, to be honest. And I've got this week again to do it again, so...
You'll be doing it for a while, mate.
Oh, no, just trying to get everything sorted. It's livable, so...
Did you notice little mini TikTok episode was called Two Fish on the Road and One on the Move?
I did. I did. And I've already moved to Louth, and I've already been noticed out and about.
Louth Mariner.
Yeah, I was walking downtown 2 days ago with Mrs. and little one, walking home from the shop, and secondary school kids were coming out of school, so it was the wrong time to come out because there was swarms of them.
Mobbing you.
Yeah, so trying to walk down the road with a pram it's not great when you got so many of them, coming towards you. And one of them pipes and goes, "Is that Grimsby fan on TikTok? So I saw him this morning on TikTok. His name's Rossi, I think." And I just get to walking past the phone, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Mobbing you.
Not a good look standing outside of school.
Jumping up at you.
Not really.
What, they weren't jumping up at you?
No. They're taller than me as well.
I wasn't going to say anything. I had to stop Steve before we start recording, saying things about you before you come on. So anyway,
fuck off.
By the by. Anyway, excellent episode coming up with loads of stuff to talk about this week as the end of season is ram-packed. First things first, though, if you'll have a look at our sponsor, Winner Winner Chicken Dinner's website, www.winnerwinnerchickendinner.co.uk. I'm getting better at that every week. They've got fantastic competition on the go at the minute, which is to win a house, a 5-bedroom house, or £275,000 in cash. Later on, there's a little film just highlighting what you could do with that prize. If you won it, you can either live in it, rent it out, or have it as hired up. I'll cut that out. Airbnb accommodation, and it's a fantastic competition. Only $3.99 a ticket, and definitely worth a look. So in addition to that, if you don't subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do. It helps the channel massively. So if you can hit the subscribe button and smash the notification bell, it helps you find out when we're next on and when we've got episodes out. So thanks for that. Moving swiftly on, 2 games this week, guys, to cover. Chesterfield away in the week, Gillingham away today as the away games start to catch up with us after the international weekend. Chesterfield was a big Saturday game called off. Still a decent following went. I think it was still around 1,000 or so went. Rossi, you were otherwise engaged with moving. Otherwise you might have gone. But you got to see it, right?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Excellent. And Steve, me and you were there. Two of the 3 fish on the road. A good night out. A little bit disappointed at the end, I think is fair to say. Gutted. It's probably at the proper end of the spectrum. What did you make of it?
Well, it was a great atmosphere, wasn't it? At the ground, it was town fans singing all the way through, the whole game. It was brilliant.
Even the Chesterfield fans commented on that.
Yeah, it's just brilliant, the atmosphere. I love it, away games. But
could you hear us on the telly, Ross?
Yeah, all game long. And I think you see. I think pretty sure the cameras on that side, aren't they?
It is, yeah.
Where you were sat. So yeah, you could pick up everything you were just saying. So
Yeah, it was fantastic atmosphere, and I was quite optimistic. I was hoping to get obviously a win, but a draw would have been great. Yeah, I said to you, Dave, didn't I? I said, as long as we don't lose it. But disappointing at the end. But well, back in it now.
First half, I thought we looked reasonable going forward, but really open at the back. Rossi, you were commenting in game on how open we were. What did you make of that first half in terms of how open we were?
No, I don't know. It was one of them where the players backed off quite a lot, especially with a team with Chesterfield anyway, knowing that they're going to be pressing, going to be wanting to get goals. They're in the playoff race as well. It's not like it's a bottom half team where you can maybe give them a bit of space because they won't do nothing with it. Chesterfield don't do that. They like it and work well with it, and I just didn't feel we really pressed them that much. First half anyway, and then. Yeah, I don't know. It was one of them where Chesterfield away is not an easy place to go, is it?
No.
They never make it easy, so I didn't really know what to expect in the match, to be honest.
You could imagine any outcome, couldn't you?
Yeah, I predicted 4-1 to us. I think that was a bit of a wrongdoing.
Something in the water in Louth. Something in the water in Louth that doesn't agree with you that you're getting used to. Not like you used to be optimistic. You could have, if you'd gone for that score today, they would have thought you were equally as mad. And yet you'd have been right. So, hey,
mental.
Yeah, we seem to be getting done a lot down the outside. There are loads of room, but the goals more or less came from the middle. And first ball came in from the right, got to the winger on the left, who sort of broke into the box, put a ball you'd expect to be cleared in, and Mandeville lost McJanet by a couple of yards. Poor defending, in my view. Ross, you commented on that again during the game. Disappointing to concede that, especially to that prick Mandeville. Can't stand him.
I commented on about both goals because I thought both goals were pretty much the same kind of thing.
Well, just before you launch into your bit, did you think the second goal was more or less a copy of the goal at Oldham? More or less. Lost the ball high up. Long diagonal ball over Turi.
Yes and no. Yeah. I think Oldham probably wasn't able to. I don't think he really could have defended that as much because it was so far ball ahead, and he had to run onto it. Where this one with Chesterfield, he just timed his header wrong. He just went up too early. Turi, and that's why Lee Bonus has gone through on goal. But by the way, what a touch!
Yeah, what a touch! Yeah,
I thought he handled
it. And a great finish.
I thought he handled it live, but.
No, it was a great touch from his chest and just took it down and ran off with it, and that was it. He's gone. But no, I think both goals it was one of them where basic defending they should be doing, tracking, especially the first goal with Mandeville. McJanet was on him, let him have 2 yards instead of actually being on him like he was before he ended up getting the ball. Goes like 2 yards to the left and puts it across the goal and goes in. And the same with Couture in the second goal. I think it's just poor judgment of Eddin, and obviously didn't track him tight enough when he should have done. But it's one of them. You could slate defenders, and are defending for some of the season, most of the season, but we're not on the pitch. So,
and looking at the 2-0 scoreline, you think we've got to score next, and score next we do just before half time. Kabia gets on the end of a Staunton free kick. Him and Kachuri more or less looked like they were simultaneously going to rifle it into the net, but KB got the credit for it. But what a ball in by Staunton. That was a proper one of his whipped crosses, wasn't it? And it just causes chaos. Steve, great cross and a good finish.
Yeah, it was a fantastic cross, but up to that point, he'd been having a torrid time, Staunton, down the left. He was getting pulled inside, he was going in. There was, great. For the goal, it was fantastic, but up to that point, he was having a real torrid game, I thought.
Yeah.
And we got getting pulled.
We looked too narrow, didn't we?
I thought they were just playing. There's Mandeville, not was it? What's his name? Naylor.
They were switching as well, weren't they?
They were all switching round, and they didn't know who to pick up, and they were really struggling at the back on the left, and he just kept on drifting inside. trying to keep the defence tight, and there was so much space down that left side.
But
The
you
guy
felt-
next to me was just saying about it, and I agree with him.
But you felt going in at 2-1, we'd done quite well to be going in and just
yeah.
a goal behind, and it's all to play for in the second half. Second half for me, and again, I'm happy to be challenged on this. I thought the chance we had, probably the best chance we had, was probably barring the last minute, by the way, from open play, was Cook's header onto the bar, and but the rest of the time we seemed to be really, really slow coming forward, and then we were having to defend their fast attacks. So when we're attacking, we're giving them a break. When they're attacking, they're making us work. And I just thought it ground us down to the point where we just couldn't get out. And we didn't get the chance with the Cook header at the bar. But then we get the chance in the last minute with the penalty. Amalazor had come on for Burns, who by the way had a shocker in my view. I don't like slating players, but I think he was awful. Going forward, he killed us. Every time he got a good field position, to use rugby league parlance, he'd drag the ball back. And in one particular episode where he had the beating of the back, the left back, had a run on to whip a ball in, he pulled the ball back and give it away, and they were away. And it was just
and then you could see his confidence had gone at that point a little bit. And I thought, you said get him off, and I'm sort of pleased he didn't take him off just then, because he would have.
I wasn't shouting at him, I was sort of commenting. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, he did take him off.
Yeah. Ross, then the penalty comes. Amalazor gets the penalty, shows what we've been missing down that right hand side. Somebody who's going to attack the full back. Was it a penalty for you?
Yeah, Stonewall. I don't know why Gillingham fans have been moaning and saying it wasn't a penalty.
Chesterfield.
No, Gillingham, sorry, Chesterfield.
The Gillingham fans in that little corner were going mad, weren't they?
Sorry,
it's all right. It's easy. Same corner.
No, Chesterfield fans were commenting saying it wasn't a penalty anyway, so I don't know if you'd have
it.
scored it would have been.
It was a straightforward
easy
pushing
penalty.
Straightforward pushing the back.
Yep.
No qualms about
However,
Definitely
should have been another one.
Should have been another one. Yeah, for me, I don't know if you've seen it back or not. Before
I
that
haven't
corner
seen it
got
back,
took
no.
in with the cookie, before the corner got taken, the cookie at the bar, Reece Staunton's got the ball running with it, and the player's just come through the back of him and swiped his legs underneath him. And then he's gone out for a corner because the defender's touched as it's gone out, as he swiped him. And to me, he's not won the ball at all. So I don't know what, even the commentators said, I'm sure that should have been a penalty, not a corner.
Probably a good
so
job.
I thought that was
Probably a good job we didn't get 2 penalties. Would have been doubly disappointed.
Yeah.
We've got
But no, I think it was a penalty for Amalazor, and then obviously didn't go well after that.
There's lots of sort of debate following the penalty that Vernam was on the pitch. Why didn't he take it? It seems to have transpired throughout the week that they'd made a plan that Staunton was going to take it because he was playing and was most likely the one to be on the pitch when it come up. He'd been preparing for it. Some said it was a good penalty, low to the keeper's right, but I just think the penalties we've missed, low to the keeper's left or right, have just not had any pace, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
If you're gonna score there, you've got to hit it. And I think we've tried a bit too much with the placing and not enough with the power. What do you make of it, Ross?
Just hit it. How many times? We don't need to be placing.
Just whack it.
Just hit it. On this is a different level. My mate, I've played football with for God knows how many years before I ended up stopping. Every time he got a penalty, he was a proper striker. Every time he got a penalty, he ran up to that ball, absolutely thundercunted it, and they took the net out. Because you've got more chance of a keeper not getting. If you do get a touch to the ball, it's going to ricochet either into the net or ricochet out towards you because it's hit it that hard. When you're hitting it so low paced, like Staunton did, it's easier to carry or parry away. And which Boot did, but it needs to. I don't know. We just need to stick to a normal penalty taker and stop changing him, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's nobody's missed loads. If you look at it, we've kind of changed it every time somebody's had a bit of a disaster. You've had Adjor and Walker missed in the League Cup. Adjor's was in the shootout, which of 24 penalties there was only, or 25 penalties, there were only 2 missed. His and Burmo's. Walker missed one against Shrewsbury, and then Kabia, I think, scored one later on. And then out of the rest, Kabia's missed one at Accrington, Vernam missed one at Newport, Danny Rose is the only player that hasn't missed one, but we can't use him. Cookie's taken one and missed one. Staunton's taken one and missed one. So if we'd have stuck with Vernam or Kabia, chances are they would have rectified their form on penalties and would have been all right.
Yeah.
I just thought, I was really surprised that he took it. Such an important penalty. He's not taken a penalty all season. And you just want Cook or Kabia or Vernam to step up, senior pro, and take it.
I'm not seeing either Cook or Vernam or Kabia, for that matter, placing it after what's happened previously. They're going to have learned the lesson and go, right, I'm going to just hammer it. But
I mean, we saw Green pick the ball up.
Yeah.
So Green had the ball in his hands, and I thought, oh, is he taking it? And then it just as he capped.
But Kabia did that the week before when we had a penalty against Harrogate, didn't he?
Yeah.
Kabia went and got it, and then Cookie took it. So there's a bit of Kidham there, maybe. But David Artell was pretty he said he hadn't got an answer to it, and as the manager, you'd probably expect him to be saying he's got a plan, but I don't think he's going to tell you anyway. So I don't think he's not got any ideas. I think they're right behind it. I just think he didn't give much away. I'll come back to that.
I just don't think he should have taken it.
So yeah, and I think that was pretty much the what everybody thought after the game. But anyway, we went away.
Let him take one for 4-0 up or something. Yeah,
it went down as a 2-1 win to Chesterfield, so they got 2 points more than they would have done. We didn't get a point we ought to have had, and that feels like there's probably a few games where we've had that situation this season. You can pick the game against Barrow, the game away at Crewe. There's a couple of points, a win dropped and another point dropped. That's 4 points just without even trying. You've got other matches where we've not managed to get a draw out of a game that we could have drawn. So Oldham, for example. And before you've tried too hard, you can pick up 5 or 6 points, and that puts us right in the control for the playoffs, doesn't it? But as always with football, ifs and ands are pots and pans, and you can coulda, woulda, shoulda.
It's always the same.
Unless you do it, it's going to be an issue. It's also frustrating that we've, I think we've not created the most big chances, but also we've got the most missed big chances as well as a result of that. So we've had 9 penalties in the league. We've only scored 5 of them, and clearly from data, general averages in football say 75% at elite level are scored, and 73% are scored at EFL level. So we need to do better on that. But hey ho, it's done. We went away.
I mean, just going back to it, Staunton, he would have been. He'd have been a bit nervous. I thought taking it.
Yeah.
Massive
crucial. Pressure. That's as close as you can get to penalty shootout pressure, isn't it? Yeah,
and I think he's right in front of their fans, and knowing what it meant. He's probably the last kick of the game, and so he would have been nervous under the pressure. So,
well, as I took a little clip, the clock ticking over from 93:59 to 94, he was just putting the ball down.
Yeah,
and there was 4 minutes added on. That's how late it was. So we went away.
I was going to say, when we got the penalty, all the town fans went like we were celebrating like we'd scored, and I was like thinking, ain't scored it yet. We've got the penalty.
And as you know from our data, it's more or less 50-50 whether they're going to do it or not. So we went away with a draw, hoping we'd have got a draw. We probably wouldn't have deserved a draw, to be fair.
Didn't deserve anything from the game.
Yeah, and it would have felt like a win had we got it, but we didn't. And I think there was a lot of stuff on social media, people downbeat about Town's chances in the playoffs. I think that's natural. People are bound to be pessimistic after a result like that, and then you think, we've got it all to do at Gillingham on Saturday, and we've probably got to win 3 out of the 4 games minimum. That's if that's going to be enough. So you can see why people are like that. Others were saying, typical meltdown, Town fans have given up. I don't think that's necessarily true. I just think people were really so disappointed on the night. But as it is, you have to move on, and you start sort of looking at the table and reflecting over the next day or two. And you think, it isn't over. We're still in it. And you're looking at other results. We got beat by Harrogate the week before, and as we've said, results like that will happen. And we've seen some of that today. So again, come back to that. Just while we're on Chesterfield, a couple of things prior to the game. Bumped into Luke Waterfall. I had a chat with Luke before the game briefly. It was nice to see him there, being well supported by the town fans. Steve, you had a brown trouser moment when the drummer started in the concourse. That was like being shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jesus, half of my eyeballs came out as well.
The other lad we were with, Brad, he saw what was happening, and I think he still crapped himself. If you want to hear my take on the Chesterfield game from Radio Humberside, it's on our TikTok channel. You're going to hear that, which went on last night. I had a chat with James Fletcher about that. And then we're on to other little bits and bobs. Just thinking about, nice to see the lino get a good wide pick clear out in the second half as well. You don't often see that, but we managed to get it right close up.
Yeah, I don't know who it was who took him out, but he never even asked, checked if he was all right or anything.
Yeah, I think their player pushed, I think it was Turi out the way or Staunton, and then fell in front of the lino, and the lino was running the straight line, straight over him.
He could have asked if he was all right, but he didn't.
Yeah, it was a bit. Thought it was a bit
typical Chesterfield. I thought that.
Yeah,
must be a thing for Grimsby because that happened at home, didn't it? About a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. Don't see it often. But
lino went down.
Happened again. So after that, we're 4 points behind Chesterfield in the table with a game in hand, but the game in hand was against Cambridge in the week. But it also meant that Saturday's fixtures are important, and there's a few games lined up, particularly in the Swindon-Chesterfield region of the table, which are pretty close to us. So, what did you make of where we were after the Chesterfield game? What was your sort of view on where we were and what our chances were, Ross?
Mathematically, it's possible, but realistically, I've got probably about 45% chance that we get playoffs. Yeah, it's one of them. All the fans have been on. Well, if you saw my rant on TikTok, you'll know what I'm about. But yeah, I just said it how it was because that's, I think, what some fans need to hear. Some of them are slating about Burns, or I'm slating about Burns, and people saying he's not a bad player, and we've all got different opinions, and I'll always back it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I do just honestly think once the Chesterfield game was finished, then it's very, very hard to see either them dropping points or us making sure we win pretty much every game, or at least a draw in whatever, until the end of the season. So yeah, I can see why fans are thinking it was over.
Interestingly, though, one of the types of game we were talking about, people dropping points, one of our chasers, Oldham, were 1-0 up with 8 minutes to go, managed to lose 3-2. I think with 8 minutes to go, let a goal in, and then let a goal in 8 seconds later from the kickoff. And then let in an equaliser in the 90th minute, and then scored after that. That was bonkers. I mean, Steve and I were talking about that one in the car on the way home. Steve had told me it was 1-0. And I said, oh, how did that finish? And I said, oh, it's 3-2 to Barrow. And he went, what?
I couldn't believe it. Yeah,
unbelievable. Yeah, 1-0 with 8 minutes to go. Danny Rose equalised. Gordon in the 83rd. Pett in the 89th to make it 2-2. And then Fletcher for Barrow made it 3-2. So that was a little bit of help for us. If we wanted any encouragement, Gillingham got beat 2-1 at Cheltenham. Chesterfield beat us, obviously, and Colchester beat Accrington. But again, you look back to that axis of us chasing Swindon and Chesterfield, and we've got to play Swindon, and Swindon and Chesterfield have got to play each other. So there's a little triangle there that could throw up a whole host of different scenarios that help us out. One of which being that if we beat Swindon, they can't win. If Chesterfield and Swindon, when Chesterfield and Swindon play, they can't both win. And if they draw, there's points out of both of them. So there's lots of helpful scenarios for us. But the other night, the Oldham one was key. Thursday night, Bromley played Cambridge 0-0. Just missed out on securing promotion. And then we're sort of rolling on into today. So first things first, did you expect any changes much today, Steve, team-wise?
I was hoping Burns wouldn't play.
Yeah.
And Amlazar came in, which it happened. That was the only one, really. I thought Walker came in, didn't he? for Turi, which
I don't ever mind swaps like that because the different players for different things, aren't they? And
but everything else was as expected. Just the bench changed, didn't it? Svan Thorsen and Bell dropped out altogether, and then trying to think who came in on the bench. Was it? Oh, that young lad, didn't it?
Yeah,
that young lad on the bench.
Was it Booth?
Yeah,
Booth. Yeah.
Don't know him.
Yeah, Booth. Yeah.
Was he 16?
Booth, 16 years old. Yeah.
Wow. Pity didn't get on.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think if he was beating them
earlier
beforehand,
a
lot earlier, then he might have made an appearance.
Yeah, that's what.
But maybe he might feature again. Don't know.
Yeah, it's good though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. I liked it when we introduced. What's his name? Elliot, is it?
Oh yeah.
That youngster that come on. He come on. Right. He come on at home, didn't he? When we played at home against someone.
Yeah.
He was a striker. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what game it was. Yeah.
It was Elliot something, or his last name was Elliot.
Was it the Accrington game?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I remember it happening. I just don't remember it.
Oh yeah, can't remember his name though.
So
it's nice to see.
We didn't expect too many changes, but the changes that we did hope for did sort of come about. We got Walker for Turi and Amazorian for Burns, and we'll get into that.
Elliot Smith.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
That's it. Yeah.
In just a minute after we have a little short break.
This is Linnell John Lewis, aka The Shop. You are listening to Three Fish on the Show.
We got a local estate agent to share his thoughts on this stunning Grimsby home. Totally not borrowed from a show your nana watches.
This is a property that has so much to offer, effortlessly blending that high concept design with practical living space and accommodation. For families, you've got 5 bedrooms, you've got excellent open living space to entertain or just to enjoy that leisure time with the family, but you've also got that room that introduces practical solutions for things like storage, and obviously the peace of mind of it being a newer property as well, which means somebody can live in and live quite comfortably without those worries of maintenance and issues coming up in the near future. So this area is a fantastic development for those who need access to the wide range of amenities in the local area. We've got Grimsby College only down the road, the Diana Princess of Wales Hospital around the corner, but it's also walking distance to the centre of town and the full range of amenities that has to offer. So there really is a lot to offer for any families that want access to that kind of town living, but want to feel away from the traffic and the noise that living in the centre of town sometimes brings with it. If somebody were to win this property and moving in straight away isn't necessarily an option, there's a full range of different things you could explore. On the rental market, the property would likely achieve around £1,600 per calendar month, while there are options for serviced accommodation or even the tourism trade, with Airbnb and holiday tourism being really popular in the local area as well.
So if you'd like to find out more, go to our website and grab your ticket.
Welcome back. We're going to talk a little bit about the Gillingham game today now. Gillingham away. The Mariners came out 4-1 winners. But at half-time, Town were 1-0 up and probably could have been more. And how many times have we said that during the season where we haven't got the number of goals when we're on top and we've ended up either drawing or not winning or losing. So up to the sort of nearly half-time, it's 0-0. What you made of the first sort of 40 minutes where we'd done really well and hadn't scored, Steve?
I thought we were excellent first half. We were playing dominating really, but Greeny was excellent. Was getting down the sides. We're getting a couple of crosses in. We should have put them in really, but yeah, that was a good performance. But we should have been 2 or 3.
How worried do you get when we do that? What's your sort of level of anxiety?
Very, very worried. After we had scored what time did we score today? First goal, was it?
42.
Yeah, late on, wasn't it? So I was like, this is going to go on and on this, and they're going to get nick a goal maybe. But I thought Gillingham were really poor though. I think that was one of the poorest teams I've seen.
You changed your tune later on because you said you didn't think they were going to score. We'll come back to that. But Ross, what was your take on the first half, and what did you think of the Cookie goal?
Yeah, dominated first half. I thought Gillingham had nothing to offer at all. Cleary tried everything he could in the first half to maybe try to make something happen, but no, I thought Gillingham were pretty poor. We had quite a few chances. The only thing I thought first half and second half, to be fair, the crosses we did do, every single one of them pretty much were low and always at the keeper. That there was never out towards penalty spot or just away from the keeper's goal line. It was always straight at the keeper or straight at the first defender at the post. Other than that, I thought we did really well. And then obviously, Cookie. There's shouts of a penalty beforehand on the Maoris.
I wasn't really sure about that. There was a shout for handball as well from a Cook effort that nobody on the pitch appealed.
Yeah, I don't think it was handball.
I thought it was both times when I saw it, but nobody appealed. Tommy Woodrington on the BBC commentary thought it was.
Yeah.
No, I mean I saw it, but I didn't think it was that bad. I thought he's basically gone inside. It's
not letting you referee. Bloody hell.
No, I'm too honest, mate.
Too honest.
I thought so.
Hey, if you're a proper Town fan, you won't want to give a penalty anyway, would you?
No,
that's why I said to you. I said, we don't want to penalty. I was hoping it was just outside the box.
We have a free kick, please, ref.
Well, no, Maoris all went down. I didn't think it was a penalty anyway. And then it's got booted up back to the defence. And obviously the ball's come over and Cookie's ran onto it. I did think he was offside when it got played over.
You did?
I did, yeah, because the camera panned and you didn't really see the full line.
I think the guy on the near side, was probably playing him on. He was looking a bit confused.
Yeah.
But Greeny headed it on, didn't he? And Cookie was in the clear, but he must have been onside because there was no real doubt about it in the official's mind. It wasn't like he had to go and talk to the line over, right? Was it?
I think Cook, the way Cook hit it, it was like he's rushed his shot in a way, thinking he might have been offside. He just took one touch and just did it. And to be fair, he took it really well, low and hard, bottom corner.
In the words of Bill Shankly, stick the ball in the net and we'll discuss your options later.
Yeah. But no, great finish from Cookie, and he's doing all this, wasn't
he? Yeah. I thought he was taunting the crowd. He was looking for our cameraman when you watch it back.
He's doing that all the time in celebration. I don't know why he's doing it.
Yeah, and then Kabia did it to him as well. They went up to each other, did that.
I want to know why they're doing it. There must be something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jacko does it now and again, doesn't he? Smith.
Jacko, that's his clean sheet. That's his clean sheet sign, isn't it? Nils.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cookie doing two. It's Cook, his name, but
the two O's out, and then he's got a little C there and a K there.
Yeah, it's a bit hard, isn't it? A bit like David Artell.
Get a bit. And then second half, Steve, 5-10 minutes into the half, drops me a WhatsApp and says, "These are shit. They're never going to score." About, I kid you not, 5 seconds later, McCleary gets clear in the box and scores. Now, I was a bit critical of Staunton. I'm not blaming him for ending up in that situation. I just thought he could have been a bit more physical. I'm not saying size him down, but he just didn't seem to offer any physical presence. That was my main sort of concern. At least give him something to put him off. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily his fault, I say. But so dinky little finish. But you just thought, it's 1-1. That's not deserved for starters. And this is Town again. Bloody hell, what's going on? And what was your text to me, Rossi? Can't be asked. We never win when we should be winning. Oh, and by the way, Chesterfield are losing. Oh, fucking.
Yeah,
it was a bit like that, wasn't it? So we seemed to be rattled for a little while, and they came at us without really threatening massively. Did you? What did you make of that?
I don't think they did anything.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, the whole game, I don't think they really offered anything.
They rallied and the crowd got up, but that was about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, I don't think if they got a draw today, I don't think they would have deserved a draw.
Yeah.
But I think that's just down to the fact that we just weren't clinical enough again. Especially when it was 1-1, but obviously after that it changed. But the goal itself, I just think it was one of them where the ball's come over for McCleary. The touch, I think, is decent because you can see the space in behind Staunton. But because, and what I was trying to, when me and you were speaking on the message, I don't think Staunton could have really bodied him anyway because the ball was so far away from him. because there was so much space behind. That's why I said, where's McJanet? Because if McJanet was there as a left centre-back, he could have just booted it away because it was that far away from Staunton. And I do feel if he had bodied him or he tried to make a tackle, there's a ball there in sight, so it would have been... God knows what the ref would have given. I thought the ref had a poor game, by the way. I don't think he played that well. The ref, in my opinion.
The ref looked like Will Still.
He did a bit, yeah. But no, I thought that McCleary took the goal well.
Learned refereeing from Football Manager or FIFA or whatever it was.
Football Manager, yeah.
But Town kept going and came back into the game, and before weathering that little storm, I'd say it started to look brighter, and we're getting down the sides again. And then we had long ball forward. Keeper came out to collect it. Kind of did one thing nor t'other with it, in conjunction with his right back. And I'm listening to commentary, and I looked up, and Kabia stood with the ball in front of the net, and nobody there. I'm thinking, what happened there? And just pops it in for his 20th of the season. Have we heard that right? 20 goals in the season for a Town striker. Steve?
He's done really well, Kabia. Only 20 goals. He's now gone level with, I think, with Geza, is it?
In the league? In the league table, yeah. In
the league table. So he's done fantastic. He's got to be there, isn't he, to score the goals? That's the thing. He was right on it there. And the keeper's
talk us through your favourite player in the Gillingham team again.
It's their goalie.
Did you know something we didn't? That's why he's your favourite.
Yeah. Oh, my favourite Cheltenham players that was their goalie. Let 7 in. But yeah. He
didn't cover himself in glory, did he?
Don't know if it was his age. We can blame for that mistake. I don't know, but maybe decision making gets a bit slower when you get older.
Ross is better than that, isn't he? Their goalie.
Glenn Morris, he's 42 now. I think he is. Years old. I like him as a goalie. He's a veteran, and he's been there and done it. And
confident.
Yeah, I don't mind him as goalie at all. But I just felt that Marizor put the ball over for Kabia or Cook to try and get onto it. And Morris, in my opinion, didn't even have to come out because the right back that Kabia was near anyway would have been there to cover. So Morris just made a mess of it.
We talked about it to James McEwen a week or two ago, didn't we? Keeper makes the balls up like that often. It ends in disaster, and it's a goal. Striker cocks up at the other end and then scores 10 minutes later. It's forgotten. Keeper's the bad news sticks with you, doesn't it? And that's going to stick with him for a little while.
I said, I don't know why he came out, but he obviously maybe he thought he's going to get it, and it's right on the edge, wasn't it? So misjudgment.
I bet Kabia couldn't believe his luck.
Yeah, he won't get an easy goal on that.
Can you imagine if he missed? Jesus Christ!
There's no way he was missing that. What a target to hit in with a few games left at 20 goals. It's not a thing we've seen loads of times in Mariners' recent history, but to have a guy that scored 20. I mean, he had a really good start, then he had a bit of a lull, and then he's gradually just kept on chipping in with goals until all season.
Yeah, 15 in the league, I think, and is it 5 in the other competitions that he's played?
Yeah, and they weren't the minor competitions either. That was with no virtue goals in there. They're all FA,
Carabao and
FA and league. Yeah,
FA. Yeah. So
I think he was on. He's on 15 goals, same as Jata and Kanu.
Yeah. I mean, Jata's no slouch for county either. I mean, I don't think he even played today. Jata might be wrong, but I don't think he actually did.
He got sent off last week, didn't he, or the week before?
I think he might be suspended. Well, that's what Jata's had. He's had suspensions and injuries.
Did he do something off the ball or something? I never got to the bottom.
Yeah, apparently he said something. He said something to either a steward or a fan or something.
Oh, right, okay.
Or they said something to him and he didn't like it. I don't know. I mean, Jata's decent. The fact Kabia's got his joint tally with him is decent as well for his first season in the EFL. So I'm hoping at the end of the season and into next season we can keep hold of Jays. But like I said, we know there's other clubs looking at him.
The only advantage of him being so good like that is he's well loved. If he stays, it'll be brilliant. If he goes, hopefully it'll be brilliant as well for the club. We'll be able to find an equally prospective striker, but also have the cash to back up the
winger. Depends on who else.
Yeah, well, he's probably doing better in that position at the minute, isn't he?
That's what I mean. Vernam's supposed to be left wing, and Kabia's playing well. So
Well, that was something that was welcome this afternoon as well. Vernam was back. Frustrates us as he does. We still love him, and he's got he had 9 goals going into today's game and plenty of assists. It was nice to see him tantalising the right back again of Gillingham when he ran onto the ball. And like I say, you don't know what you've got till it's gone, dear. And we have missed him at times, I think, Vernam. And
yes, we have.
We got a corner in the 80th minute. Staunton put it into Green, and it was one of them Greeny headers where he gets free at the near post and just glances it in. He scored that header about 5-6 times this season.
Yes.
Anybody who watches him will know it. Great to see, because he's another one that's probably exceeded his goals tally. That was his 12th for the season, and he scored 14 in all competition. Another town star for the season.
I wrote that down. You know, when I was joining the game, I just wrote it down. What a great season he's had, Greeny, and he's been fantastic. I think Tommy Widgerton said it in the commentary about he can't believe how good a player he is now. Watching him, and he covered the ground.
Deserved the goal, didn't he? I mean, Tommy would have seen him probably playing for us in the National League, didn't he? In fairness, I thought Tommy Widrington was excellent today. By the way, I thought he was really good insight into the game and how the thinking about the game was.
He was very good. Yeah, he was good. He's a very knowledgeable guy, isn't he? And it was interesting what he said something about Emil Lazar when he went off. Because he had him as a player, didn't he? At can't remember where he said he had him. Aldershot, was it? Yeah, and I didn't see Emil Lazar's reaction when he went off, but it sounded like he was a bit disappointed to be taken off. And he said Tommy Woodrum said he shouldn't be like that. He's got to be. It's about the squad. It's not just about him.
Yeah, but it's been a season like that for him, though, hasn't it? He's had to wait for his opportunities, hasn't he? And
But
he played all right today.
I thought he was excellent.
He should have had a lot of opportunities because I don't know how Burns have been in the team for so long. So
yeah. So Greeny gets the third, and I think that's game over then. You're always worried if somebody's going to get one like Crew did the other week, but we carried on as we were. I thought we really wanted to stick it to them, and I think looking at the Chesterfield situation where they were losing at the time, goal difference is all important. I think we were 7 in front of them. That could be like another point for us at the end of the season if Chesterfield and Swindon battle it out and take lumps out of each other. Chesterfield have got to play Crew, by the way, as well, so there'll be no pushovers, although with their challenge over, they could be on the beach. That's the other danger for us. Ross, what did you make of the fourth goal?
What I was on about the start of the game. They're low crosses and not meeting anyone. This one come across the box and actually in a decent area where it wants to be every time, not nearer to the goalkeeper, and it went straight to Vernam and easy tapping, wasn't it? Comes on, gets a goal, job done, off you pop, come back home.
And 4-1, I don't think, if you take the first and the second half together, didn't flatter Town, did it, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, it could have been more if we'd actually just been a bit more ruthless in front of goal. Like I said, honestly don't think Gillingham deserved nothing out of that game.
So you were right, Steve. They wouldn't have scored. It won't be your text. It was your text. What did it?
It did.
Yeah,
absolutely
jinxed it. But no, I don't think it could have been a lot more if we just took our chances and that's it. But we've come away for 3 points, and that's all you can ask for.
Who was your man of the match today? There's a few candidates today, I think.
Good for Greeny. It was excellent all game. I thought Edouard did all right. I'd go Greeny, to be honest.
I think Greeny got the assist, Cook goal, he scored. Not sure about the other two who assisted the ones. Vernam assisted Greeny. Who assisted Vernam?
I will soon tell you.
It was so Vernam got assist from
Greeny.
Greeny
with 2 assists and a goal. So yeah.
There you go then.
Captain's performance.
Yeah.
And he won me some money.
Oh yeah, what did you get?
16 quid. He was 3-1 to score at any time today.
Bloody hell.
Which I thought was pretty decent.
Do you know you can text us with them sort of like value items? You do that, don't you?
Yeah, I'll do it next time.
Thank you. 5,863, decent following in the sunshine there. I think there's a few in the side stand as well, in the seats there as well. But yeah, good following for the amount of away travel there is. These 3 games back to back: Chesterfield, Gillingham, and then Cambridge on Tuesday. So as always, away following is just phenomenal. And
I think we are one of the best in the league, fans wise, for away travelling. I think we'd probably do the best in a few leagues. Our National League, we definitely would outmatch most of them. Obviously York are there, but I think York take a decent following. I know Lenny was on about it the other week. We had him on. But in the league, I think, like I said, we're one of the best to take it away. Yeah. If we got promoted to League One, I mean, I don't know what the away attendance is like in League One. If we went up, will we be probably one of the best in League One? I don't see why we wouldn't be. I think we'd get more allocation.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I agree with that.
And if we were doing well, we really would. So we'll come back in a minute to review the final scores from today. See what helped Town, what hindered Town, and look at the league positions. And then we'll have a little look ahead. But in the week we spoke to Siggy Einarsson, who's the Faroes broadcaster, about Geza Turi's progress at Town. Last time we spoke to him, he'd just joined and not really broken into the team. So we thought we'd have a catch up with Siggy and catch up a bit on what the progress of young Geza Turi has looked like in the Faroe Islands and what the reaction to that is. And then we'll come back after that.
This is John Sander. You're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Welcome back. It's great to welcome back a friend of the show from the Faroe Islands, Siggy Einarsson. How are you doing, Siggy?
I'm doing very fine, thank you. Sorry, there might be a dog in the background barking a bit.
We all have to live with living at home and being able to communicate anywhere in the world. It's fantastic.
Yes. Thank you for having me back on the show as well. So
it's great to have a Faroese expert to come on and talk to us about our new young star, Geza Turi, who's doing more and more now with us as since we last spoke. He's been called up for the Faroe Islands and scored against the Czech Republic, which is no mean feat. And he's broken his way into the team, certainly in 2026, and been playing more and more. As it appears that he might well be a natural replacement for our midfielder George McEachran, who's he's kind of been eased into the side as a result of. So we may lose him in the summer. I know you've been watching from afar Geza's progress.
Yes.
What have you made of his performances that you've seen since he's broken into the team?
Well, he has progressed as the way I hoped he would progress. Yeah, and I think we can see now on the national level that he's playing full time. He's gotten into the national team as well as getting into the Grimsby team. So we see him a lot. We see him more and more, both on national level and the club level. And we can see it on a national level that he's playing full time now. He has his physicality is more up to it now that I hoped he would be. We talked about this last time that he needed to work on his physicality, and I think it's beginning to show now. As I see your matches as well, I attend some matches from afar, and I can see he's been doing. Now he is doing things as we saw when he played in the Faroes League. Yeah. We now see that at Grimsby as well. So that's something that makes me happy for his progress.
Yeah, and us too. David Artell, the manager at Grimsby, is very good at bringing players in and not rushing the progress. So he's looking to develop over a period of time. When Jarson Santhorsson came in, it was quite a time before he made the first team, and then when he did, he was a regular. I was hoping with Geza we didn't see him very, very much to start with, but once he'd been in a few games and had a few minutes, short minutes in each game, you could see he was equipping him for what he would need in the future. And we did see some of the things, little fleeting glances of the sorts of things that you described about not giving the ball away very much, always looking to progress the ball, as you described. But that physicality of League Two football was always going to be a big challenge. And I have to say we've noticed that as well. He's certainly grown into the game, and he certainly looks a classy player. Although he's still developing as well. He's not he's not by any means the finished article. As we were talking briefly beforehand, he's also managed to score in one of the bigger games for the Faroes as well. He's not managed a goal for us yet, but while he's been playing for us, he scored for the Faroes.
I'm still waiting for the first goal for Grimsby, but we can see his role in the Faroes national team. Sorry about that.
No worries. We can't hear anything this end.
My son has just came back from a friend, so he's happy to see him. So sorry about that. So we see Geza's role on the Faroes national team. There we played two central midfielders, and they have space and room to roam forward.
Yeah.
And we saw that against the Czech Republic when he raided. He played very well and got a goal where he ran from the midfield and to the and scored. With a reflection, he got a goal. But also, we played a friendly against San Marino. Not the biggest team to play against, but still a training match where he was roaming quite a bit in midfield and he was assisted the goal and 2-1 goal for the Faroes. We won 2-1 that game. So we're beginning to see that on the national team, that he is really grown into his role there. And as I said before, I'm beginning to see that in the Grimsby team as well. So that's good for us.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win scenario. I think the big thing for Grimsby was that at the start it's a bit of a gamble because it's an unknown whether somebody can make that jump from the Faroese football to league football, and making that happen in the right way, which I think David Artell's good at. It's a great move for him to come to us because other managers would have wanted him playing straight away and being a world beater straight away. David Artell's watchword is progress, however long it takes. And I think that's been really good for him. Once you're over that initial, it's a gamble that he does look capable of League Two football with that help and the physicality side of it. I guess that is a win. Is the Grimsby games getting followed in the Faroes by people over there? Are others watching as well?
Yes, if not by the official links, but there are sometimes unofficial links that get shared.
I've got no idea. No idea what you're talking about, Sigurd. Never heard of these things ever. I know, but I think I know what you mean.
It's because the Faroes are very interested in his progress at Grimsby. I see matches. I've seen some matches, and the media here are always writing from the latest match how the game was and how he was in the game, and if his ratings as well, and also the highlights. We also see the highlights from Grimsby games. That's always shared on the national media here and other medias in the Faroes. So
and usually you can get through the club. The club YouTube is usually pretty quickly after the game as well. So
if
ever you miss it on the TV, it'll be there somewhere or in our podcast. So feel free to point people to us as well if they want a link to where they can find out how he's getting on. we've been delighted with his progress. I think he hasn't scored for us yet, but he was really, really unlucky in the FA Cup when I think he struck the ball in from outside the box in one of the games. I forget which one it was. And Danny Rose literally just flicked the ball with the outside of his foot in front of the keeper. I think he would have scored if Danny hadn't have touched it, but it went down as Danny's goal. But it was very close, and like I say, he's making good progress. What about his team that let him go? Pitchinger, are they missing him?
Oh yeah, very much, very much. Their style of play has not been the same since Geza went. But the club Witchinger has always said that we're a club that gives our young talents the chance to progress. So there is one or two players coming through the ranks, but not in the same class as Geza. But it is a team that always gives young talent a chance, and they hope they will get the next Geza, and hopefully he will do some good for the team. Yeah. So
I know Geza's dad was a famous goalkeeper. Has he been keeping an eye on the? I'm sure he will have been keeping an eye. Has he made any comment about how his son's doing?
Sorry, I didn't. Geza Senior.
Yeah, Senior. Has he been making any comment about his son's progress?
There have been yes, there have been some articles about him, about the family, how proud they are that their son have taken the next level. There have been some articles about that, how proud they are, and otherwise he's still in as a goalkeeping coach for the biggest team in the Faroes, Klaksvik.
All right.
So he's a goalkeeping trainer there, and sometimes also for the national team. So when the national team plays, they link up again.
All right, so he gets to see him every now and again.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's and he's they are dead proud of him. So
that's good. That's nice to hear. And we've seen articles about he's a senior, but not any of his comments. Just about that. Oh, whenever he's mentioned in the press or certainly in the national press, that it's always dad played for football for a number of European football clubs, and but we've not heard whether he's spoken about it at all. So that's nice to hear. It's been a little bit of a shame that he's not been able to link up with your brethren from Iceland, Jarsson Van Thorsen, who's been injured for most of the season.
He has been injured quite a lot.
He's making his way back. He's had a knee problem and some other issues. Apparently, he's had to go out to Spain for treatment and what have you. So he's now on his way back. He played 60 minutes in a local area cup final last night, which we were beaten in. But he's on his way back. So maybe them two can link up before the end of the season to give us a boost at the end of the playoffs. Maybe.
Yeah, you need to grind some results to get into the playoffs now. So it's a bit of nip and tuck now.
Yeah, it is now. It makes the remaining games more important. I've just been looking this afternoon, though. There are some opportunities if we can get the results that some of the other teams are playing each other, so they can't both win. Okay. So with a couple of draws here and there, or a couple of defeats for the right team, and we're playing one of the teams as well. So we could help ourselves. We're really looking for one or two results to go the right way as well. But we'll keep on trying. You were watching the game the other day, weren't you? With the 3-0 when you left it.
Yeah, against Crew Alexandra. It was 3-0, and I had a deadline at my work I had to do, so I left the game, and then the live score began to pop up that Crew scored one goal and then a goal, and when the score was 3-0, I wrote to you 3 important points today, and then
I saw that after the match. Yeah,
and then the Crew began to score 1 goal, 2 goals, and I thought, oh no, I've jinxed it.
From a distance, though, it really wasn't as close as the score sounded at the end. Literally, the second goal was literally the last kick of the game. They kicked off, and you just thought, "I hope they're not going to get an opportunity," and they didn't get any more opportunities. Thank goodness. But yeah.
But it was also after Geza was substituted, so it was.
There were a few rested.
As a Faroese,
sorry, go on.
I can say as a Faroese, to take him out nearly cost you 3 points.
Yeah, there's the thought though there was 4 or 5 players swapped out to rest them for future games, because there's a quick run of games back to back now. It was really important to get players rested and get other players some minutes in the legs to allow them to be ready. Really, if in the next game they're needed. So it was important. I think probably the manager said afterwards that I think we'll learn from that. Did we do too much? He's thinking about himself as well in terms of the decisions he's making, and I guess he took that one on the chin a little bit. But he's always said at this end of the season, as long as you score one more than the opposition, that'll do nicely.
But how was it, Grimsby, when you played against Harrogate? It was the bottom side.
I don't know. It was
3-1 at home. How was that?
Thanks for bringing that
up.
Fans? It was just one of those.
That's gone.
You know what football is like? It's one of those days, where nothing goes right, and we went 2-0 down out of nowhere. Managed to get a goal back. It was a bit windy and big long ball forward. Got a bit lucky. The ball wasn't that great, but our midfielder Greeny got on the end of it, and then we got a penalty, and we missed the penalty, and we could have gone in at half-time level, and then we let another goal in the second half, and that was it. It was one of those days, just nothing went right, and we've really bad this season at penalties. We've had about in open play, we've had 11 penalties, and we've only scored 5 of them. And that cost us the other night as well. We got a last minute penalty to draw against Chesterfield, missed. So there's a lot of soul searching among the fans and the club to see how we can score penalties again. But such is life. Such
it
is
can
football.
cost you points. Yeah. That's football. That's how it is.
Football. How's Faroese football in general at the moment? How are things over there? What is it? Are you in season now?
The league has just started, and we're into week 3 now. So it's just gotten underway. So yeah. So, but we're looking forward to it for another good season. It might be a bit more tight this year. Klaksvik has been the runner off team. They've been the far best team in the Faroes League, and they won by almost 9-10 points last season. So hopefully this season it will be more tight at the top.
And you want a bit of competition, don't you? You want it to be a competitive league if it's going to be entertaining. And that's
exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
that's what we want. Yeah.
That's good. And I hope there'll be a few younger players in the Faroes inspired by Geza stepping up and making the journey and looking at his progress and hoping to do the same.
Yes, we need that. We need young talents that will take the chance to go abroad and play full time, because we can see that on the national team that it really helps when players go abroad and play as a full timer.
Yeah. We talked about this last time, and you reiterated that was really important. Are you seeing that interest is sort of driving that with youngsters? Are they seeing it? Are they inspired?
Yeah, some players have tried to go abroad at a very young age. We just had a player who returned from Italy, from Torino. We had really high hopes for him that he would stay in Italian football and progress there, but he didn't settle that well in Turin. So he wanted to come back, but hopefully he will go. He will have a year or two in the Faroes League and then go abroad again. So that
he needs a manager like David Artell.
Exactly,
a good manager that looks at progress and thinks of them as people and moves them on.
Yeah. Yes, and we have a young player who's playing is playing in Swedish football now. He plays the champions of Sweden just bought him. So Archie Samuelson, he can be good as well in the future. So
where does he play? What's his position?
He plays as a winger, or he can also play in the offensive parts. Both as right, left winger and or in the midfield, attacking midfield also. So
I'll keep an eye out for
players
like that.
A great
get into the fore.
Yeah. So he has a good free kick. So good at that balls.
Can he take penalties? So we might have a need for for somebody who can take penalties.
He takes penalties, yeah. So maybe Artel should look his way, perhaps.
Maybe have a word with the Faroese national manager to get the inside track of him. So it's been fantastic to get you back on. I hope you'll come back and talk to us again in the future about our progress with hopefully with Geza at the forefront. And is there anything else that you wanted to talk about in terms of Faroese football or anything before we finish?
No, I'm just I'm seeing your matches from afar. I really hope you get a day out in Wembley.
Yes,
to the playoffs.
So do we.
So make sure to grind some results now the last couple of games. So makes things excited for Grimsby and the town as well.
Refer to it now as being a tall order, but we'll it's not finished until it's over. It's not over till it's over. So.
Yes.
Until
the fat lady sings.
That's the one. Yeah, it's not over till the fat lady sings. And we'll keep going until then. And there's 4 games left. All the teams have only got 3 games left. You don't know what's going to happen. We fell foul of Harrogate. I think there'll be other results like that with the other teams. Bottom
for other teams as well,
because they're fighting to survive some of these teams. So
exactly.
Fingers crossed, as they say. Siggy, it's been a pleasure. We'll look forward to getting you back on in the future. And thank you for joining us again. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's nice to hear from Siggy. Good to catch up with him. We'll probably have another catch up at the end of the season when we finish the season. See what he thinks of the season as a whole. But I think it sounds like we've got 1 or 2 people with their eyes on Grimsby Town in the Faroe Islands, which is nice. So thanks to Siggy for doing that for us. Just coming up this week as well, we've got in midweek episode 49 will be Ben Chapman, who spent some time with us in the last week or so, talking about his time at Town, the games he played at Anfield and Highbury for Grimsby against Arsenal and Liverpool, respectively. And he was there, obviously, when Phil Jevons scored that dinger to knock Liverpool out of the Worthington Cup, as it was at the time. And as holders, he played in some massive games. Also had some sort of adversity. He was involved in an incident in a reserve game where a player's career was ended, and he did the honour of speaking about that for the first time, because I know it's something that was quite difficult. So he's spoken to us exclusively about that as well, which is really good of him. So look forward to that in the week. We'll round up League 2 today then with the other results. So I'll go through and we'll comment as we go. I was hoping Swindon wouldn't manage a win today, and it was an early kick-off. Swindon 2, Accrington 2. You were watching Rossi. It was a good one for us.
I was.
First text I got was 1-0, was it? 20 seconds?
About 20 to 30 seconds, yeah. Accrington scored. They had come across. One of their players ran down the wing, had a shot, and Risley saved it, but it went kind of behind him as he saved it. And Woods ran onto it and just tapped it into empty net in the end. And I think we're all buzzing, as I messaged you all. And, Swindon were losing. And then all of a sudden, Swindon then, get to, I think they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. Yeah. Ollie Palmer getting the first one. I thought it was poor defending by Accrington, by the way. He wasn't getting challenged or anything for a header, hit the post and went in. And then their second goal, Palmer runs through a goal again, has a shot, keeper saves it, comes back out, and Aaron Drinan ends up puts it past 2 players. It's basically trying to block the line and puts it into an empty net.
And then you think,
and then Accrington,
bugger.
Yeah. And then Accrington, a 92nd minute. End up absolutely. It was like it was a Grimsby goal.
Yeah.
These patio doors were open, and I shouted. I was like, "Get in!"
And his new neighbours are going,
what's going on? Is Grimsby on yet?
new neighbours are looking out the window going, "Oh, fucking hell, is this what we've got to put up with?"
Oh no, yeah.
Town started already.
Is Grimsby on already? I went, no, Accrington's just scored.
But it was funny. I had to nip out to the exactly. I had to nip out to the shop just before kick-off, and my phone wasn't updating. It was saying 2-1, 57 minutes. Oh bloody hell! But the finish nearly now. Why ain't it updating? And just as I pulled into the parking space, turned the engine off, tried to refresh my phone, and it popped up 2-2. I'm like, yes, a bit like you. But I was in Aldi's car park. So
people looking at you thinking, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, he's like a lunatic.
It's Tony Hardy.
Sat in the car.
Barrow were next up. They couldn't replicate their midweek heroics, so they did get a late goal. They went down 3-1 to Walsall, but Walsall fans pretty resigned to their season being pretty much over. They're not gonna get there now. But they had a 3-1 win at Barrow. Cheltenham 1, Newport 0. So Cheltenham getting the better of Newport. I think that was 0-0 for quite some time. It was a late goal, George Miller for Cheltenham. Crawley 0, Shrewsbury 0. Some bit of a humdinger that one. I bet that was proper entertainment. That was. Crew 1, Milton Keynes Dons 3. That was never in doubt. It was 2-0 at half time. 3-0 after 66 minutes, and then Crew got one near the end. So that's 2 weeks running they've lost. They're definitely out of it now. I think they
can't make them.
I did see a few comments from fans in the week saying, "Oh, if we get 9 points, we could do it," and all that. I'm saying, really?
No, they're out. They can't catch Chesterfield.
But mathematically, they could have done after Tuesday night. But I said, you're relying on everybody else to lose, and you've got to win all your games. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Fleetwood 1, Chesterfield 1. Now Chesterfield 1-0 down with 20 minutes to go. McFadzean was sent off just before the goal. And then Ryan Stirk scored in the last minute to equalise, which is a bit of a blow to Town. But I have to say, I'd have taken that beforehand. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, I'd have taken that. I thought they would have got one there.
I thought they would have won. What was your thinking, Ross?
Yeah, I did put Chesterfield to win. I don't think Fleetwood would have been that bad, though, you know. They've had a bit of an unbeaten record so far, a part through the season. But they're always one of them where you don't really know what you're going to get from Fleetwood, home or away, because they can end up turning it on and actually get a short result here and there.
Yeah. Game of the day, Gillingham 1, Grimsby 4.
Say that again. No, Gillingham 1.
Oh, Gillingham 1. I'll do it in James Alexander Gordon style. Gillingham 1, Grimsby Town 4. Harrogate 1, Colchester 0. Jay Slater 90 plus 9.
What a massive goal that could
be. Yeah, they won. 0-0 when that last low.
They won. 9 minutes injury time and he scored, which puts Tranmere right in the shit. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Big goal, that.
We don't know about their position yet. We'll come to that. Notts County 1, Barnet 2. And Notts County choking.
I did back Barnet to win that game.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oldham, they were the next up. After and around the time they beat us, they really looked like they were on a roll. I don't think have they won since? I think they get lost 2 or 3 on the trot, now. So Oldham 1, Salford 2. Salford scored 2 in the first half, and Josh Hawkes scored 1 to pull it back, but they couldn't get back to 2-2. So that helps Salford massively. Probably ends Oldham, I think, looking at the table.
I think Oldham are on 65 points now.
Well, I might
be wrong. I think they finished on at 65.
Yeah, Oldham are on 65. Yeah, they can't make playoffs now.
Yeah. And then with that win for Salford have gone into the autos now.
Yeah. And then you've got Tranmere 1, Bristol Rovers 2. You Camrich, who was my and your pick, Ross, from Bristol Rovers, was the scorer of the winner there. Tranmere getting another goal, but that's his second goal under Pete Wild, and another defeat. So although they had a point last week, that's probably, I dare not say how many points they've got. They've only got 1 point in the last 6 games, so God knows how long it stretches back before that, the poor form, but it's shocking, and that shows in the table, which we're just about to look at. start with the tops. You've got Bromley, 44, 84 points. Milton Keynes Dons, 44, 82 points. Cambridge, did you say Salford are in the top three now, Steve?
I did. Rossi did, but not.
No,
the
no.
fourth.
I was going to say, I'll start again then.
No, last time I looked, it said they were third.
The fourth.
No, the fourth. Bromley, 44, 84. Milton Keynes, 44 games, 82, 2 points behind. Bromley are now promoted because they can't be caught. So congratulations to Larry and Bromley. It was great to meet you early in the season. And you've got your League One for next season. So now they've just got to secure the title. They've got 2 points clear of that at the moment. Cambridge in third, 3 games left on 78. And then in the playoffs, you've got Salford on 77 from 44 games, Notts 76, Swindon 75, Chesterfield 73, all on 44 games. And then you've got Town on 43 games, 71 points. So we're back in it. 2 points behind in the game in hand. The games against Cambridge, though, you'd have fancied earlier on when Chesterfield were losing that if we could draw on Tuesday night, that would put us back in the playoff places. But with Swindon and Chesterfield to play each other, that's looking quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to work it out. That's
well, we're playing Swindon next week, aren't we? So
yeah,
if we beat them next week, they can't win. Chesterfield are playing Crewe and Cambridge.
Oh. Swindon, if Swindon lose the next 2 games against us and who was your team got?
Chesterfield.
Oh, Chesterfield, then they'll be out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think.
I did say this.
Hey?
Just saying I did say this,
Yeah.
Swindon a drop off.
Yeah, you did.
But
because they can't win that.
It just shows you though we've just got to take care of ourselves, haven't we? I know I'd love to win Tuesday. I think it's a bit against the odds. But Cambridge are going to be getting a bit nervy now towards this stage of the season, and we've got to play on that. And
would you take a draw?
A draw.
I think so.
Draw, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I still think I think a draw would be enough.
I think we need
win
minimum of a draw. I think. I don't know if we lose, then
if we lose, it's really tough.
It is still 2 points, but Barnet are up our arse.
Yeah, but they played a game more, so
Barnet
if we draw Tuesday night,
Barnet have only got Gillingham and Harrogate to play.
Really
but we can beat Swindon and Tranmere. So and we draw Tuesday, that's 7 points. So that puts us on 78. That's got to be enough, isn't it?
You like to think so.
Horrible. I said last game of the season it'll go down to.
It all hinges around that.
It could do.
It all hinges around that 6th, 7th, and 8th dynamic of Swindon, Town, and Chesterfield, and how they get on. How Town get on against Swindon, and how Swindon and Chesterfield. Because all the teams can't win all the games. Nobody can win all 3.
It's going down to the wire, isn't it? It's
yeah, and that's what
Tranmere. Tranmere play Tuesday night as well, don't they?
Yeah, they've got an extra game, haven't they?
Away at Cheltenham.
Yeah, that's a bit of
that's tough.
Dead rubber, but for everybody but Tranmere, isn't it? But they're looking at the bottom, or just picking up on where Town are. You got Barnet on 70 behind, and then Crewe below that. I don't think Crewe can only get 72, so they can't get in the playoffs. They could overtake us, but they can't get in the playoffs. And if they do overtake us, that means we've had a horrible end to the season. And then you've got at the bottom, you've got probably only 5 teams in it still. Crawley in 20th on 44 games and 38 points. Tranmere on 43 games, 37. Newport on 37, and then the 2 in the relegation positions, Barrow and Harrogate on 36. So there's only a point in it. 4 teams within a point, so it could be any 2 from them 4 or 5 go down. Crawley on a bit.
I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be any supporters of those teams.
No,
I'd be nail biting every minute, every day. I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be. We could send Tranmere down, couldn't we?
We could. Yeah.
If they lose on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And we beat them.
I said Barrow and Crawley, but Barrow seem to keep picking up points now.
Yeah. And Harrogate win today.
Yeah.
It's a huge win. That could. Yeah.
Well, let's come back to our predictions for today when we did our initial predictions for the league table.
Can you put that league table up, please? Yeah.
Which league? No, not that one. No. Talking about the long-term predictions for the league.
I was talking about the one we do. The 3 of us.
So you've got Bromley and Cambridge was 0-0. Dave, that's me. Me and Rossi said 1-1 draw. Steve said 2-1 to Bromley. So there was two of us sort of right result. Barrow Walsall, I said a draw. Steve said a draw. Rossi said 3-0. He was only one goal out. It was 3-1. We all got Swindon Accrington completely wrong. We all said Swindon were going to win that. Cheltenham, we all said that. Hang on, me and Steve said Cheltenham were going to win, and that was must have been a late goal because I got that wrong. Yeah, we guessed that correctly from a which way it was going to go, Steve.
What did we say?
Rossi said Newport were going to win.
What do we say?
We said 2-1.
Okay.
I've just updated that because I got the wrong score in. Next up was Crawley and Shrewsbury. I said a draw. You two said either one was going to win. You said Crawley, Rossi. You said Shrewsbury, Steve. You obviously thought it was going to be more interesting than it actually was. Crewe, Milton Keynes, Dons. Rossi and I predicted an MK win. You predicted a draw, Steve. Fleetwood, Chesterfield. I said draw, 1-1 draw, and I got it right. Well, that was a spot-on result.
Yeah.
Rossi said 0-0 because there was a late goal, so I've not updated it. And Steve said Chesterfield win. We all said 2-0 to Town Gillingham when we did these predictions a few weeks ago. Harrogate 1, Colchester 2, 1-3 for me and Rossi. Steve said 1-1. It was actually it wasn't 0-0. It was 1-0, wasn't it? That's another late one.
1-0 Harrogate.
1-0 that's caught me out. So none of us got that right. Notts County Barnet. Nobody predicted Barnet to win. Not even Rossi. He claims he did, but he didn't. He didn't a few weeks ago.
I did today, but I didn't. Honestly, I've not even looked at that one.
No, these are a week or two old now. Oldham and Salford. I said draw. Rossi said win for Oldham. That's Steve. Some of us got that right. And Tranmere Bristol. You guys got it right. Say that they would win Bristol, and I said it was going to be a draw. Anything for Tranmere?
Evens then, just about.
So,
apart from your exact result.
There was only my one. We're not doing any points for that. I think it was just this just shows you how different the run-in plays out to what you think it might. And then for the our playoffs, I haven't updated the table for that yet. But just think what we got.
Why not?
Today.
Why not?
Because we record this straight after the game, and time is of the essence in production.
Cook. So I predicted Cook. Yes.
So Steve said Cook. Let me get this down. I'll update it for you now. I can put it on the screen.
You said 4-1, didn't I?
I said 2-0, and I didn't put a player in. Steve, what did you say?
2-1.
2-1 and Cook. Rossi, what you said? 2-0?
2-0 and Green.
Ooh, close but no cigar. So let's have a look what that's done to the table. So we've all got a correct outcome. That's
Should have done.
11. And then bonus points for Steve. 6. Places haven't changed. It's Ross's top on 30 from 31 games. Dave is on 29 from 31 games, and Steve's on 29 from 31 games. So we're 1 point behind you, Rossi. You've led the whole way.
Yes.
2 games to go.
Hello.
He's going to do a Walsall, isn't he?
3 games to go. 3 games to go. My posts on Walsall's pages never get a response. I don't know why, but every time they mention Matt Sadler and all this, I said, I think they have a new head of football this week, and I've never heard of him. And I just said, I wonder if his Christmas parties are as good as Matt Sadler's, because they're really good. Because they're all still over until March, aren't they? So that's our little predictor table. It's tight, and really shows how crap we are at predicting exact scores and goal scores.
Shows you how hard it is, not how crap it's just. It's hard to do.
Pretty general, that, isn't it? So on to next week, Cambridge. What are your thoughts on the Cambridge game? Do you think we'll do it?
Yeah, I think I'll take a draw.
Yeah.
I think a draw might be enough, as long as we're winning it.
If we can avoid defeat, I think we're in a great position. If we can win it, it'd be a massive bonus and a big woohoo, wouldn't it?
It's going to be tough because Cambridge could win. If they win, can they go up 81? No, not quite.
But does that not make them more nervous that they need the points as well, don't they?
Pressure's on them to get that automatic place because you want to get automatic.
Well, you don't want to end up in the playoffs, do you? After being up there all that season.
No.
So I think
Salford 1 point behind them.
Yeah. Salford 1 point behind them. Cambridge have got a game in hand on them, but
that's it though. If they lose that game, then they've lost that game in hand, and that's where the pressure comes, isn't it?
Mm.
And I think we've really got to give it to them, and like I say, try not.
We play like we did today. I think we've got a chance of getting a result.
Play like we did against Chesterfield, we'll get battered.
By the way, can you imagine Salford in League One?
No.
I mean, let's be honest. They're going to spend a shit ton of money in there.
Yeah. And
they've got
no ground,
money
got
behind
no fans.
Yeah, they haven't. Those fucking horrendous.
Well, I
don't want them to go.
We've said it many a time, haven't we? And like I say, at the bottom you've got your famous five at the bottom: your Crawley, Tranmere, Newport, Barrow, and Harrogate, all circling the drop, which is not great for them. And I remember how horrible that is when we've been in that situation. A couple of other bits of news kicking about for the week. Did you see in the week the Walk in the Woods interview with David Artell?
I'm halfway through it.
Halfway through it. It's a good length, isn't it? Was it 40 odd minutes?
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting to see. So you get the impression, even when he's not talking to Matt Dean, he still holds his cards quite close to his chest.
I won't have to play poker against him.
No, I don't think he'd give away his favourite film even, would he, Horace? But interesting to note, isn't it? And listen to a bit more of a relaxed interview. So that was really good from the club. Zach Gilsonen's come back from loan and is now injured for the rest of the season. Something strikes me as not being right there. That he's always injured when he's here, and when he's away playing, he's fit. Am I just being a cynical old git, or do you smell a rat like I do?
Does he not? Did he not get injured when he was out there? Maybe they just not said it.
Maybe, I don't know, but it's not been mentioned, has it? He just came back because he thought we needed bodies for the running.
If he did get injured, obviously, and they've not mentioned it, he has to come back to us anyway to get treatment.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think.
But even that tells you that's something that was wrong then. But yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not buying.
I want to see more from him.
Yeah.
Seen him, have we?
No, next season. No, I'm hoping if he stays fit, we'll see a bit more from him. Cause I think he's probably not a bad player.
No.
He can play as like an attacking midfield, a bit like a Greenie.
Yeah.
Or he can play on the wing. So
it was always going to be a gamble, wasn't he?
His contract, I can't remember.
No, I can't either.
Would it be about 2 years? Was it 2 year maybe? Most of them were 2 year, weren't they?
I'm not sure there was 1 and 1 with option of 1 if I remember rightly. Can't remember. I'll have a look. The other thing was Sam Lavelle, 3 months out.
Yeah, he's 3 months out with knee injury, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
He seems to be injury prone, doesn't he?
Bless him.
He came with a bit of a health warning as well, and that's proved to be the case as well. I'm not sure.
Such a shame, isn't it?
Was his a year's deal?
Is what, sorry?
Yeah, Gilson's on a 2-year contract.
2 years, right?
Don't seem to have.
Got another year to go.
Don't seem to have Sam Lavelle. For some reason. I'll have to sort that out. Yeah, so that's bad news. Other news you saw, we had Rob Cavallini on last week. His book is available to the end of the month for a discount price, and if you want your name in it, you get to dogandduck.net online, and you can get your copy of the book. So thanks to Rob for coming on and talking about that to us. And like I say, if you want your name in the next copy, get hold of the website now and get your cheaper copy. Or if you've missed the first one, you want to buy the first 2, there's a deal on for that as well. Anything else from you guys before we finish?
Yeah. So Bromley obviously got promoted today.
Yep.
Got 3 waters. Leicester got beat today. I don't know if you noticed.
Right.
They got beat by Portsmouth today. Leicester have been relegated into League One.
Bromley v Leicester.
From the Championship. So it will be Leicester versus Bromley next season. 10 years ago, Leicester won the Premier League.
Yeah. That's something, isn't it?
10 years ago, Bromley had just been promoted to National League.
Bloody hell.
That's amazing.
And now next season they're going to be playing each other.
That says a lot about the pyramid, doesn't it? Now, how
it's crackers, that, isn't it?
Why the English football's so brilliant? Because you can be anywhere. Everybody's got the chance, haven't they? Although it's getting increasingly difficult with the financial backdrop. It is.
Well, Lincoln as well. Lincoln have gone up to League Championship. They were in non-league 7 years ago, was it? 8 years ago?
Somehow.
Yeah.
Luton did it a few years ago.
Yeah, they went back down again, didn't they?
That could happen too.
I remember the team that did that in my day was like your Watfords and your Swanseas. You remember from the 70s, Steve?
Yeah.
We were playing Swansea and Watford in the sort of season that I started watching, which actually was 48 years ago, last Wednesday, 15th of April, 1978. It was the day after the Chesterfield game. It had been 48 years since I set foot in Blundell Park for the first time. But yeah, it just shows you, doesn't it? Watford and Swansea have been up and down and sort of leveled out at sort of championship level at the minute. But we spent a lot of time there in that period as well. So interesting take that, Ross. Not thought of that. The other thing I picked up on last week, and you said it to me at the time, Stephen, I've not noticed it before, I don't know why, is that Jacko kicks the crossbar before every game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not seen it before, and then somebody posted a clip of it.
How is he doing that? No, he does it. It's a stupid thing to do, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and he was actually interviewed on it this week. That he thought it was something amazing. He said, as one of the not so big goalkeepers when I was younger, it was something that sort of made me stand out and show people I was bigger and up to more than my stature.
Did he mention it in his interview? Did he?
There was a little interview where he covered it. Yeah, I'll play a little bit of it out on here. But,
all right, yeah, I noticed it in there.
He says he doesn't sort of need to do that now because he's established himself as a keeper, but he says it's just a ritual he's got used to doing. But yeah, I remember you saying it to me, Steve, and then somebody posted it. So Simon Hodgson.
I just said to you
Simon
before
Hodgson.
the game, which game it was. I said, Jacko's just kicked the crossbar.
Yeah. But it does it every game, so I'm not sure why I haven't seen it. But Simon Hodgson, who posted it on his Twitter, has allowed us to use the little clip that he's done of it. So thank you, Simon, for allowing us to use that. And as it had been mentioned in the week, I thought I'd bring that back to you, Steve, because you mentioned it to me and I've not seen it.
Yeah, I can't believe I saw it when he did it. I was like,
I was trying to look out for him doing it on Tuesday so I could capture it on video as well, but I missed him again.
Definitely does it.
Anyway, he does, yeah, definitely. I've seen it. Anything else?
No.
I noticed today in League Two there was only 2 home wins and 6 away wins.
Yeah, it tends to be that at this stage of the season, doesn't it? Where like the other night I said, even though it was a big game, I fancied us more because it was away rather than being at home. So
yeah, only Cheltenham and Harrogate won.
By the way, Holloway, when did he get sent off?
Holloway, last week.
Last game. Last Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't get the ban today. It didn't apply today for some reason. I'm not sure.
I was going to say he was on the touchline today.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it hasn't come into force yet, but I think it will do.
Yeah, he got sent off.
He said he had an interview and said, "Oh, are you going to appeal it?" He says, "Well, why would I appeal it? What's the fat chance of me getting anything going my way?" Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, none.
I just can't stand him.
I
can't stand him, mate.
Well, Swindon fans are starting to see it now, aren't they? Which is good. Because we did tell you.
We did tell you. Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to. We can let him go now. We're well shut of him. I'm more than happy with our Mr. Artell. Thank you very much. And on that positive note, we'll leave it there. Thanks, chaps. So on to Cambridge, and before we depart for Cambridge, we'll say up the Chuffy Mariners, get in there, get them playoffs done.
Up the Mariners.
Cheers, fellas.
All right, mate.
Thank you for watching or listening to tonight's show. You can catch us on YouTube, podcasts on Podbean or Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our social media channels of Instagram, Twitter, or X as it's now known, TikTok and Facebook. Please like, subscribe and share at every opportunity. It helps us a lot.